when you advise people, you can drag a fucking mule or horse. You cannot bend the neck for it to drink water. You've advised, you let her know what was going on. She has decided to still stick around him, sit around him, laugh with him. And it's her decision now, so whatever happens to her going forward, of course she knows she cannot come to me for advice because she knows me, I'm a very straight talker. I already told her I don't like him. I even told him before, I don't like you.
I will still tell you. You push, but there should be a limit. So you gain your own respect. That's it.
You see these two people, Gigi Jasmine on one hand and Kola on the other hand. I think at this juncture, it is best and safe to say that we should just leave these people alone. I'm going to quote Doris's words where she said in a conversation with Sultana, where she said, you can drag a horse to the stream, but you cannot force the horse to drink water, because this is something that everybody knows. So when it comes to Gigi, Jasmine and Kola, this might be probably the last time I'll be dissecting their situationships in the house. Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Lucy's Quick One, where we talk the Big Brother Naija show, season 10. That's 10 over 10, no zero, no minus, 10 over love, 10 over drama, 10 over booze, confusion, and everything in between. Ladies and gentlemen, there is something happening in Big Brother's house when it comes to friendships and ships, and I think because this is the 10th season, we should not be fooled. However, the housemates kind of are losing focus when it comes to some things. But let's talk about what actually happened. So first, we had this conversation with Doris and Sultana late last night into early this morning, where it felt like Sultana was feeling quite neglected and disrespected, or not paid attention to, something like that. So she was having a conversation with Doris, and you know that Doris and Sultana have been at loggerheads for a while now, but it felt like they were having a reconciliation conversation. And at that point, Sultana was revealing to Doris that after everything, after what she had said to Gigi Jasmine about victory, Gigi Jasmine is still giving grace to victory. Gigi Jasmine is still sitting next to victory. Gigi Jasmine is still smiling at victory. And she's so like, I don't understand. Like, I thought I was trying to help you out of the situation with this guy, but you're still going back to the guy. And so Doris was like, see, one of the reasons I had an issue with you from the beginning was because, you know, Gigi Jasmine came to me and told me that you, Sultana, were kind of like taking advances from Victory, who was supposed to be her guy. So it's very funny to say that, you know, all of this is actually happening. So Sultana was like, no, that's not what it was, you know, this was what was happening, and she was always telling Gigi Jasmine everything from the beginning. Remember in one of my episodes, I said it where they were having their truth conversation. I mentioned it. I said, Gigi Jasmine confirmed that, you know, Sultana had always been giving her updates on everything. And then she would be going to that room to cry about the fact that, you know, her friends were doing her dirty. Now, so Doris was corroborating the situation, saying that, okay, so if Sultana had been giving Gigi Jasmine all the updates, why did Gigi Jasmine behave the way she did, like playing victim and all of that? So Doris was talking to Sultana, saying, okay, you know what? Right now, you have tried your best, you have advised her, everybody has talked to her. If she still chooses to still go back to Victory, if she still chooses to still be kind to Victory, if she still chooses to allow Victory to do whatever he wants with her, everybody should leave her alone. But the thing is, for me, I know that Gigi Jasmine can never come back to me to complain about this guy called Victory, because we've all advised her. So whatever she wants to do, she wants to do. In all truth, right, and fairness, right, I've still seen that Gigi Jasmine is allowing Victory. She talks to him, she smiles at him, they sit down next to each other and all of that. Some things are just quite inevitable, but it's also very valid for Doris to say that everybody has tried. They have talked to Gigi Jasmine, so if that's what she wants to do, let her do it. So Sultana went on to defend Gigi Jasmine. She said, okay, you know what, Gigi Jasmine says she's kind, that she doesn't want to take out her kindness or her kind personality from anybody, but does that mean that she'll be allowing certain things? And that she kind of feels scared that tomorrow Gigi Jasmine will come to her and say, oh, she heard this thing from Victory, and then, you know, it causes a fight in the house, and she's expecting that will happen, right?
Like, as I am like this now, I don't even know what is coming, but I'm expecting. And then she wrote again and said it again. I was like, because at some point I was so mad.
It was just evident from what they were saying that both of them were not happy with Gigi Jasmine and how she was playing that game. At that point, you know, Doris used the opportunity to talk about the fact that, you know, Gigi Jasmine is close with Denari, and somehow she feels like Gigi Jasmine is overstepping when it comes to her friendship with Denari, because sometimes she's always asking for his attention when she knows that, okay, Denari is interested in her, Doris. And I remember that one of my episodes too, I explained that, you know, first of all, Denari and Gigi Jasmine are friends, and Denari says he likes Gigi Jasmine as a friend, and sometimes they try to have conversations, but it seems like somehow that whole jealousy, the friendship jealousy and the girlfriend jealousy is happening, whereby Doris is like, she can't take my man, whatever it is that she wants to happen, she can't take my man. And then Doris was like, you know what, I'm a straight talker. Anybody that tries to get me or anybody that tries to come for me, I will give it back to them. I mean, this guy, Denari, said he likes me. In fact, he wants me to go and meet his mom and all of that. I was like, okay. So they all had a conversation, and it felt like somehow Sultana had decided to distance herself from Gigi Jasmine, but that actually didn't happen, because later on into the morning, I could see Gigi Jasmine, Culture, and Sultana having a conversation, and somehow the conversation was about, talking about what was happening in the house, or majorly somehow Gigi Jasmine went on to talk about Denari and how she misses her friend and she's not spending time with him.
I'm genuinely sad because, like, obviously I miss my friend, and, like, I know my friend's hurting, but I can't even reach my friend. And every single second she's like, Denari! And I feel bad because, like, he looks like a lost puppy that's just falling.
And it was very funny to see that, Sultana, who had already spoken about Gigi Jasmine with Doris and they had made up, and she was saying that she doesn't want to have anything to do with Gigi Jasmine again. It's still the same person talking about Doris and Denari with Gigi and Culture. When Coin and Dede said the Big Brother house is not a real place, I think that people usually forget that. And then there was this conversation between Jason J and Joanna, where she was saying, see, this house is just about 2 months plus. Everybody needs to, like, control themselves on how they do their things, right? So people should not get carried away. I was like, there is no loyalty. It's going to be very funny where you would see that Gigi Jasmine would watch all of this conversation that happened between Doris and Sultana about her and probably throw a fit later on after the show and then during the reunion show. However, it still just boils down to the fact that Gigi Jasmine decided that, okay, she still wants to be cool with Victory. So for everybody watching the show, right, I need us to try not to get angry if anything happens when it comes to Gigi Jasmine and Victory. She has decided that that's how she wants to be, and it's all well and good. I hope we understand. Now, talking about another person that is very stubborn in the house.
I don't know, in the situation where we don't talk anymore and it's getting awkward. I feel like she has something for you. I know. Yes.
So, I think all this conversation starts from, or is stemming from, the eviction night where Ebuka was asking Dede about her 3 fishes, right? And she says that, okay, she refers to Kola, Jason J, and Konya, the 3 fishes. And then Kola was asked about the situation, and then Kola responded. So Kola has been talking about it, trying to talk about it like subtly with people and all of that. But he had a full-blown conversation with Bright Morgan, where Bright Morgan was like, see, guy, I am tired of advising you. I am tired of telling you the same things over and over again. You need to have your own self-respect. You need to have you need to know your worth. You need to allow this girl be. And he was like, yeah, I'm going to have a final conversation with her. And Bright Morgan was like, please don't give me that. I mean, you've been having final conversations with this lady back to back to back. You need to actually know your worth and your value and stand your ground. If it is that you are going to distance yourself from this lady, all well and good. If it is that you're going to just be cordial with her, all well and good. But you are constantly rubbishing yourself and repeating the same conversation over and over again. And Kola was like, you know what, this is going to be the last time. And it was like, Bright Morgan was like, see, I understand that you like this girl, and it kind of like is messing up with your head, and it's fine. But, you can't keep on going like this. While this conversation was going on, I was reading the scroll on the television, and I could see people say, they advise person where they're in love, which is true. And people were saying, oh, Bright Morgan is a good friend because, as much as his friend is in love and he's so like into Dede and everything, right? Bright Morgan is still trying to see how you can pull him out of that situation. The truth of the matter is, they advise somebody where they're in love. You do not advise somebody that is already in love with somebody else, because whatever it is that you advise the person will still do what the person wants to do. The person might not even be able to stand in front of that person you're talking about and say, oh, I'm standing my ground. It takes a lot, maybe a lot of disrespect, a lot of disappointment, a lot of pain, a lot of everything, and probably seeing a better person to now say, oh, I am moving from this person to another. But if you look at it very well, Kola is painting a situation or painting a picture of this girl is interested in me, we flirt a lot. In fact, she's digging me right now. I'm one of her top guys and everything. I'm painting a picture of there's a kind of relationship, but it's not a relationship. Whereas for Dede, even though she's playing her game and playing it well, she is painting a picture of, these guys, I'm just taking my turns with this one. If I'm done with this one, I talk to this one. If I'm done with this one, I'm talking to this one. Because I think that Dede has created a pattern for herself whereby she is not lost or never alone. Now, she first was close friends with Mide, which is a true friendship. She's friends with Joanna, so if Mide is not available, she talks with Joanna. She's even sometimes talking with Doris now, so she's never really alone. Now she has Coin, and then she has Kola, and somehow, even though our relationship with Jason J has been strained, we don't know what will happen tomorrow. So this girl has built an entire system for herself and playing her game. Kola on the other hand, Kola on the other hand is just there talking about this girl in a light that sounds quite derogatory. Sounds like, she's playing him and all of that. If somebody is not really interested in you, it's not easy, but try to like focus your focus on something else or somebody else. And somehow Dede has warned Kola and said, don't talk about me with somebody again. Like, if you have anything to say to me, come to me directly. Somehow Dede has been talking to Coin, saying she still feels bad somehow about calling them three fishes, but she still stands her ground and everything. But Kola just went on talking about Dede with Brad Morgan, and Brad Morgan just tried to convince this guy. I was like, Brad Morgan, time out. It's okay. It's okay. Leave him alone. He will still do what he wants to do. Because if he sees Dede, he might still lose that focus. He might still forget everything he wants to say because he's so attracted to her and he really likes her. So Brad Morgan tried his best to talk to Kola, but Kola was like, okay, I've heard. I know my words, but bet me. Who wants to bet that this guy will still go back to Dede and they will still have a thing and they will still talk and he will still come back to the same situation again? That is why I'm telling you guys that, see, let us leave these guys alone and just watch how they are playing their game. In all honesty, this might even be a game for them. So we don't even know. So let's just leave them alone and let's try our best. I'm talking to myself too, not to get agitated or angry about us guys. Now we fast forward to back into the house. Big brother calls the housemates together and then he issues his punishments to Culture. Remember, he had a fight with Faith, and then so Culture was given a book to write violence is never an option, and he was asked to like write it till the end of the book. So he was writing it and then he was talking to Tracy. At that point, that was where he revealed that he was having a conversation with Zita about, if he had an opportunity he would save Tracy, and then even if like he got immunity, he would like to give it to Tracy because Tracy has been a loyal one, Tracy is a good person and all of that. So Tracy, on the other hand, while she was trying to understand where Culture was coming from, she said she was quite angry because the fact that she doesn't have immunity does not mean that she's going to leave and everything else. And even if she leaves, all well and good. So at that point, I saw how loyal Culture was, because he was like, even if he had the opportunity, he would save her and everything. He was just trying to look out for her. And she was like, looking out for me has landed us into the point where Big Brother is warning the head of house and saying people should not conspire in the house. They reconcile and then we move on from that. Now, before I end this episode, I think I would like to talk about the little fights that happened between Kaybobo and Victory about meat or no meat. They had shared the meat, and then there was a lot of fighting in the house because Victory said they wanted to eat and there was no meat for him to eat. Apparently, even Missy wanted to cook at some point and she wanted to go to the kitchen. I think she needed onion or something and they were not giving it to her, and that caused a lot of fights. Now, Kaybobo got really agitated because Victory went into the freezer to take his own portion of meat to cook or fish. And then Kaybobo was like, you know what, let everybody just share their meat, let everybody just share everything and let's just be cooking individually. Let the general cooking stop. And then we had the likes of Rude Boy. Rude Boy was very aggressive, he was threatening and all of that, and he kept on saying, oh, like, see, if anybody makes me bring out this meat from the fridge, I'm going to march on it, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. Now Kola was trying to calm Rude Boy down to say, see guy, you are making certain threats and these are the things that Big Brother is against, so you need to be careful. And then at the end of the day, everybody is just fine. Victory goes on to cook his food, cleans the kitchen, and everybody lives in peace and harmony. The end. But going back to Gigi, Jasmine, and Kola situation, that's my focus for this episode. I would like to know what you think about both of them in the comment section. Do you think that it's a game? Do you think that it's going to be easy for Gigi Jasmine to move on? I mean, Gigi Jasmine has been calling Victory her ex for the longest. Do you think that she's standing by the fact that he's an ex, or she's just like trying to move on or try to just see if things can still work out with the both of them? And then as for Kola, what do you think about that guy? I would like to know in the comment section. I got you more right here on this channel. Till next time, remember to enjoy every moment. Bye.